Trust me, Evie.
Ladies and gentlemen, only 18 seconds left in this overtime. Northern Light and Beacon High are tied at 3 apiece. Hold on, Beacon High sending in Timothy Hayes. Hayes with the puck. Clock's ticking down. This is Beacon High's last chance. Hayes! Hayes! Hayes with the shot! He scores! Congratulations to Timothy Hayes, our record-breaking scorer and named All-State center, ending his final Beacon High game in style.
Oh my god, did you see that? Tima just winked at me. Oh my god.
I've crushed on Timothy for 4 years. 4 years of watching from afar. 4 years of celebrating his victories alone. I never imagined the night before we graduate, I'd be celebrating here, in his room, in his arms. I've never done this before.
Trust me, Evie.
My first time. The hockey captain I've been crushing on for all these years. Was it all just a dream?
Good morning. You know, I think that jersey looks better on you than it ever did on me. So I gotta get to practice, but you can let yourself out. Take all the time that you need, okay? Bye.
Bye.
Get back, Stella. How'd you end up with our star player's jersey? What'd you do? Steal it?
Mystery solved. Guess who Timothy Hayes slipped away from the grad party with? He was with her? Ew.
My teamo with that nerdy bitch last night? No way.
Oh, there he is. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you Sir Timothy, the Virgin Slayer.
Tim the Virgin Slayer?
I'm a man of my word. My bike for Sinclair's V card.
My V card?
Easiest bet you've ever won, huh? Man. How was she? Come on.
I've had better, you know?
Dude, you are the man. You have had every girl in the whole entire school. I mean, come on now.
Every girl in the whole school?
Oh, boo-hoo. Your precious first time is worth exactly 1 Kawasaki, a motorcycle. How does it feel to be nothing more than a bet?
What's the going rate for used goods these days?
Maybe a toaster? If she's lucky. Wait, no, keep it. You earned it. But remember, Timothy Hayes would never look twice at you without a bet involved. Unless...
Unless you're too dirty to miss.
Yeah, this definitely looks better on you.
Evie?
Man, you the man! Banging that nerdy little bitch for a... What the actual fuck?
Come on, Evie, pick up the phone, please.
Hey, this is Evie. Leave a message after the beep.
And with that whistle, we've got a break before the final period. Both teams will take a breather before we get right back to it.
The great Timothy Hayes, king of the ice, can't even talk to the girl he's been eyeing since freshman year. Dude, 4 years of those pathetic puppy dog looks. It's getting sad, man. Unless you're scared she'll say no.
I could have her if I wanted.
Okay, prove it. One night with the Virgin Queen, and my new Kawasaki is yours. After graduation, we're all going our separate ways. It's your last chance, Romeo.
Here we go. Third period underway. 20 minutes to decide it all.
TikTok, Hayes, what's it gonna be? The bike or your reputation?
Deal.
All right.
Can I please see her?
Yeah, let me go get the girl whose virginity you traded for a motorcycle. Get real.
Okay, that's not what happened, all right? Hey, Evie! Hey, Evie, I can explain! Hey, Evie, I want to explain!
What part of she doesn't want to see you isn't computing? Jesus.
Can you please give this to her? It has everything that I want to tell her. And tell her to meet me at Marco's restaurant later tonight.
All right, go. I've liked you since the first day of high school. Bullshit. Evie can't see this.
What did he want?
To give you a thank you card.
For what?
For being his greatest conquest. His exact words were, Evie being a virgin made it perfect. Best graduation gift ever. Tell her thanks for making me a legend.
Oh, God. 4 years of loving him from afar. I was just another trophy.
With Hayes out of the way, your eyes will finally be on me.
Just trust me, okay? This is going to be huge for us. And please, move it.
Since when is some hockey player worth all this circus?
He's not just any player. He is the youngest record setter and hottest captain in the AHL. I'm sure you're getting the car opening.
So many fans here. Everyone's so excited to see him.
I have insider info that nobody else knows.
An exclusive. It better be worth it because Robert is breathing down my neck about our rating.
She's driving up right now, so hopefully we need the exclusive interview with him as soon as he arrives.
It's in positions.
Control room standby. 4, 3, 2, 1. Live.
Cheers to LA Lightning. Thank you so much.
Him?
Mr. Superstar himself, Timothy Hayes. Any Hadley Cup predictions?
LA is home now, and I do love to have the best decorations in my home, so.
What about the Miss America drama? Sources say you were spotted
No
out.
comment on Mr. Hayes' personal life. Thank you.
Mr. Hayes, word is you chose LA to reunite with someone special.
I said no questions regarding that, please.
I transferred to LA to find somebody very special.
The woman that I love.
Does this mystery woman have a name?
Evie. Evie, I'm sorry. For everything.
Well, it's easy. That's quite the public apology to make. Is she a local?
Is that the supermodel who married the rock star? Find out or I will fire
I need profiles of every single one of Timothy Hayes' rumored girlfriends. Anyone starting with the name Evie, Evelyn, Eve. Check middle names too.
Please tell us more about her. Maybe we can help you find her.
Hey, that's all for today, folks. Okay? Thank you.
Trust me, Evie. Evie?
Wrong person.
Who is this Evie? How long have you been knowing her?
Tell us more about this Evie.
Exactly
We really want to know.
You know?
Where did you meet her? Tell us more. Yeah, we'd love to learn more about.
There you are. You vanished yesterday. Just like Cinderella at midnight. What gives?
Migraine. Needed some air.
You ran. Like... Wait. No way. You're not the Evie.
Do you know how many Eevees there are in LA?
God, I would kill for your name right now. That way I could pretend he's talking to me. It's like a fairy tale.
Evie, Jasper, my office, now.
Yesterday's numbers were fantastic. That Hayes interview topped every platform.
Thank you, sir. I won't let you down.
But it's not enough to stave off bankruptcy. The last 3 years, we've lost corporate sponsorships, money, and we always rank at the bottom of the local news. We need to restructure.
Restructure?
Let's skip the corporate euphemism, shall we? You're done here, Sinclair.
We're eliminating your position, Evie. Can't justify the cost of 2 producers.
You're firing me?
Oh, don't worry, sweetie. I mean, there's always OnlyFans.
How is this possible? I mean, I'm first in, last out. I work 16-hour days.
Oh, that's so cute. But my father invested millions into the station, so there's no way they're getting rid of me, right?
Don't tempt me, Jasper.
Are you seriously handing our news show over to someone who thinks that a soundbite is a microwave snack?
Hey, my father wants fresh blood behind the scenes, and that's me! Enough!
You know what? How about this? Whoever lands an exclusive interview with Timothy Hayes keeps their job. You know, he's never done a sit-down interview with any network before.
No, I can't. Please.
Easy peasy. I was already vibing with the guy last winter in Stade. That's in Switzerland, by the way.
Is there any other project you can put me on? Anything but Hayes.
Well, if you can't get me Hayes, then get me the Eevee.
Look, if the Eevee has been hiding from Hayes for 6 years, there's probably a good reason.
Dig her
we can't
up. Dig her up from the grave. I don't care. Half the town is looking for her. No Hayes, no Eevee, you're fired. Period. Okay? I mean, half the town is looking for her. Take a look at the hashtags. Look at this. Something hasn't gone this viral since Diddy got arrested. Let me tell you about my days. Hashtag baby oil all over the place. Well, I'm just gonna digress. You know what? Just get out of here and go find me something. Go!
Face it, Hayes is way out of your league.
This isn't over.
Oh, yeah? What's your plan? You gonna act like you two are long-lost lovers or something? Nobody's gonna believe that. Loser.
At least I know which way to point the camera, asshole.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna like this place. Yeah, you'd like it even if it was a shithole because it's close to Evie. So listen, you never do exclusive interviews, but now dozens of stations want to book you. Should I just turn them all down? Yeah, just. Oh.
Is one of them by chance KHLA?
Yeah.
Schedule an interview with them.
Oh my God. So your first interview is gonna be with a station that might not even survive this summer? Why? Just make the call. Okay.
My real estate contact says that Timothy's checking out mansions in the Hollywood Hills today. Let's nail this interview and beat Jasper.
I can't. I promised Lucas I would help with his open house today.
Seriously? Your job's hanging by a thread and you're playing realtor with Mr. Red Flag?
Look, I know you're suspicious of him, but that woman you saw him with was just a client.
He spent 6 years wearing you down. Now he's got you and suddenly he's working late with attractive cougars.
I know you're just looking out for me, but Lucas really isn't like that. Anyway, I gotta go or I'm gonna be late.
That's what I said about my ex too. Right before I caught him with his yoga instructor.
Oh my gosh.
Honey, you're here? Okay, I'll be right down. What? Why am I out of breath? I was just moving furniture upstairs. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, thank you so much for coming to help me today. I'm expecting a ton of people to see this house.
Look at your buttons, Lucas. This is such an important day for you. Not be walking around with your buttons undone.
You're right. I'm just nervous. I mean, this is the most expensive house I've taken on. I am expecting a secret celebrity to stop by today, so...
Really?
Uh-huh. Hey, if this house sells, we can take the huge commission and get a new place. And we can start talking about a wedding and kids, you know, the whole thing.
Why is there never someone around when you need a drink? Hello, champagne, please, now. I got this.
Thanks.
Well, if it isn't the virgin Evie.
No, remember? Not so virgin anymore. She saved it forever only to find out that her going rate was
A motorcycle. How could I ever forget? She went from prude to slut in record time.
It's been 6 years. I can't let that stupid bet hurt me anymore.
Don't tell me you're still serving men to get ahead. Some things never change.
At least a motorcycle is worth something. Now she's just passing out cheap champagne. Funny, I saw that Hayes apologized to me on national TV. What's your claim to fame again? Being the nepo baby of a hockey club manager?
Wait, Timothy Hayes said he came to LA to be with his first love.
What? Am I his first love?
Her?
Don't be stupid. Timo was talking about me. That's why he joined my dad's hockey team and demanded that I be his new personal assistant. Wow, from groupie to glorified secretary in 6 years. What a comeback. If you're really the Eevee that he mentioned, why don't you call Timothy and prove it?
Let's see if your fairy tale holds up.
Hello.
Hi, it's Evie Sinclair, remember me? Oh, looks like Timothy's not interested in this little motorcycle maiden.
Maybe if he'd gotten a Lambo, he'd have picked up.
He transferred to LA because of his first love. Of course, it's not me.
Let's be honest here. You're nothing but a cheap whore who gave it up for a bike. How many other deals have you done since then? Better than being a college flunky? Living off daddy's money. You little bitch.
Evie?
Timo, I thought we agreed to meet at the club tomorrow. He decided to surprise me now. How thoughtful.
Who are you?
He doesn't know you? I thought you said Timothy begged you to be his assistant.
Darling, stop teasing. It's me, Stella, your new personal assistant.
I'm sorry, can you just, stay away from me? Thank you. Wait.
Look, my dad manages the hockey team you just joined. I'll be your new personal assistant, and we'll have plenty of time.
Okay, if you go near Evie again, you and I are going to have a big fucking problem. Got it?
This isn't over.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Get a grip, Evie. It's been 6 years. I'm not that naive girl anymore.
Hey. Did you see the apology that I made for you?
Oh, right. Your PR team's a masterpiece, I'm sure. Is there anything genuine about you?
I need you to know how sorry that I am.
Sorry? Do you know what they called me after that night? They called me Bike Girl, Motorcycle Maiden, Easy Evie. I mean, you didn't just take my V card, you turned me into a joke.
You don't understand.
Look, I mean, the poster's still here. Thousands of shares. My humiliation preserved forever on Insta. V card for Kawasaki. Best trade ever. You made me the face of your little virginity bet. And you think that sorry just fixes that?
No. I didn't
Then
mean...
explain it to me. Did you or did you not make a bet about taking my virginity?
Yes. But the thing is...
And that night, you told me that I could trust you. Did you know I was a virgin?
There was a lot of things...
And knowing that it was my first time, did you sleep with me anyway? Just to win your little bet.
I am sorry for all of this, but you have to understand there's...
Leave my girlfriend alone.
I haven't seen Lucas since I gave him my letter 6 years ago.
You need to stay away from him. He's only gonna hurt you again.
I know.
Hey, what's up? I need you to find me the best private investigator that you can find, okay? I want to check out Lucas Edgeway.
Lucas who?
Yeah, Evie's boyfriend.
She's got a boyfriend? Dude, maybe it's time to give this thing up.
No, dude, this is all your fault because of that stupid motorcycle bet, so figure it the fuck out.
All right. I'll do my best.
Why don't you let me stay tonight? I don't want you to be alone after everything that happened.
No, that's okay. I'm really tired and I've got an early morning tomorrow.
Can I at least get a good night kiss?
Have a good night.
Bye.
Everyone, gather around. Gather around. Timothy Hayes is giving us an exclusive. He'll be here in 30 minutes.
Timothy Hayes, everyone knows he's never done a sit-down interview.
Was it you? No. Even ESPN couldn't get him to come in. How?
It was easy, really. I just had my people talk to his people. Took 2 minutes tops.
Thanks to Jasper's connections, we might just save the station.
I even got some questions prepared already. Some real hard-hitting stuff, like boxers or briefs. Or, what are 3 things you'd take to a desert island?
Real Pulitzer stuff, I'm sure.
He's here. Everyone, look sharp. To the lobby.
Everyone except you. Did you get the Eevee?
No.
Then you're fired.
Pack your bags. Let's go.
Life sure is funny, huh? That Eevee over there is the biggest hockey star around's long lost love. And then there's other Eevees like you, who are just forgettable losers.
Security's waiting. 15 minutes. You know what?
Make that 14.
They're making a huge mistake.
What's going on? They firing you?
Didn't you invite Timothy?
You know, wherever she goes, my exclusive follows.
We can't lose Evie. Without her, we're all unemployed.
No. There's just a misunderstanding here, Mr. Hayes. We're not firing her. No, Evie. We're promoting her. Corner office, executive producer.
No, this was supposed to be my moment.
If you embarrass me, I don't care how much money your dad has. You can't fix it.
Well then. You know, you're probably not going to be able to get rid of me that easy.
Mr. Hayes, we can't thank you enough for choosing our station. I mean, anything at all you need for this interview, just name it.
You know, I was thinking that we scratch the whole studio session and I'll allow your team to follow me around with cameras for the rest of the day instead.
A day with the great Timothy Hayes. I love it.
But the real me. No fillers, no PR team. Just me.
Hockey's golden boy up close and personal. That could be huge for sweeps.
A whole day alone with Timothy? No.
Do you have coffee?
Have you just lost it there? I mean, this is great stuff here. It's producing gold. I mean,
Honey, I love you, but if you deny me the chance to see the sexiest man alive walking out of his bedroom, just a towel, our friendship is officially dead.
What I meant to say is nobody would be crazy enough to pass up an exclusive like this.
okay, 5 times.
We need to talk.
What's your angle? I mean, I'm a serious journalist, not some PR machine for whatever image you're trying to create.
Okay, and what if I just want somebody to look past that image? Okay, the bet was stupid, okay? I was a stupid kid. I made dumb decisions, but you know what? People change, right? I know that I have, and I'm assuming that you have, so why don't we just start over?
Why? For what purpose? I mean, am I just supposed to buy your bullshit? You may fool your rabid female fans, but buddy, not me. But you did save my job today, so I owe you for that at least.
Congratulations, by the way.
For what?
This? All of it being exactly where you said you'd be. Top of your field, telling stories that actually matter.
We barely spoke in high school. How would you know what I wanted?
Anderson Cooper was your hero. You used to DVR every episode of It's Life with Lisa Lang. I noticed a lot about you, more than you will ever know.
Right. Well, I will see you at the shoot.
You seem pretty keyed up about the whole documentary-style interview. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Yeah, I want the fans to have a chance to get to know the real me.
Ah, the fans. Right.
Oh my God, he's proposing.
Evie, will you marry me?
Damn, there goes your shot. Hey, look. Interrupting her big moment might ruin any chance you still have.
Wait, why isn't she saying yes? With a guy like that, I would be jumping for joy.
She's settling. And she knows it.
Hey, Tim, don't. Ow.
Oh my God, is that Timothy Hayes? Like the hockey star? No way. Why would he be interested in a girl like her?
Everyone's waiting for you to say yes. Don't embarrass me.
Got you.
Evie, do you think you'd be able to help me out with the interview questions, please?
Now?
Yes. I mean, unless I'm interrupting something.
No, you're right. We need to prepare.
Evie, where are you going?
This is my job.
Yeah, it can't be more important than us. Are you really gonna walk away from me during my proposal for a guy who destroyed you?
You know, at least I know that she needs public attention. I could see back there how uncomfortable she was. You didn't see that?
How does he even know this about me?
What, do you think you know my girlfriend better than I do? Nothing but a soon-to-be washed-up hockey player. He's playing you again. Just like in high school. You're just another bet to him.
You have no idea what she means to me, asshole.
Lucas, we've only been together 6 months, and I need this interview to keep my job. Let's go.
You, always used to drink this during study hall.
Green tea with honey? You noticed that?
I've always noticed everything. Still do. Six years ago.
So, do you have any questions regarding the interview?
Sure. First question. Most memorable moment at the rink. I was thinking of something like the first time that I wiped out trying to show off in front of your chemistry study group. Do you remember that moment?
I really didn't think you were showing off.
I always was trying to show off in front of you.
You expect me to believe that the guy who dated half the cheerleading squad was trying to impress little nerdy me?
Okay, I actually didn't date any of them. That was all rumors. But the only one that I actually cared about.
What is this really about? I mean, why did you bring me here?
Don't marry Lucas. Okay, can you please give us a second chance?
Bravo. Really stellar performance. You know, you should have been an actor instead of a hockey player because I almost bought it.
Okay, Eve. I'm not playing games here, okay?
Lucas was right about you. All you care about is winning. Oh, the great hockey star can't stand that for once he might not get the girl.
Yes, losing you to him, yeah, it's just driving me fucking crazy, okay? But it's not about that. It is not about winning or bets or anything from our past. I love you.
Don't. I am not interested in hearing your lies. I've heard them before. Lucas would never hurt me the way that you hurt me. We're compatible. And you know, I was happy before you came crashing back into my life.
Eve, sometimes being compatible isn't enough. What about passion? Do you have any of that with him?
Once the interview is over, we're done. I don't want to see you. I won't let you ruin my life again.
Hello?
I know it's late, I'm sorry, but do you want to talk?
About the proposal? Hey, Evie, it's almost midnight.
Is there somebody there?
Hey, look, baby, I have a really busy day tomorrow, okay? I have to get some sleep.
But I want to talk to you.
Okay, can you please give us a second chance?
Once the interview is over, we're done. I don't want to see you. I won't let you ruin my life again.
You're really doing this? Buying the house your rival is selling? Letting him pocket, what, like $500,000 in commission?
You are the one who recommended this, right? You said, best view in the city, right? And you said the DiCaprio lived here, right? That's why.
Well, if I would have known it was Evie's boyfriend listing it, I wouldn't have even opened my mouth.
Not just her boyfriend, soon to be fiance. We can consider this commission as a wedding gift.
And you're okay with that?
Nathan, it has been 6 years. Maybe it's time to let it go.
I know you. All right? And you don't give up on anyone or anything that you want.
Call me when you have all the house details ready.
I gotta go.
I'm sorry, sir. I tried calling 3 times, but the
Proposing
line...
last night and cheating this morning. Wow, that must be a fucking record, huh?
Why'd you bring him in here?
He's here at 10 a.m. You specifically said to bring him in as soon as he arrived.
What, you're the client with the $30 million offer?
I was the client with the $30 million offer. I'm actually withdrawing.
No, it's not what it looks like, okay? Hey, trust me, she came on to me.
Oh, I don't give a shit about any of this, but I'm sure that Evie will when she finds out about everything.
Yeah, and who do you think she'll believe? The guy who left her humiliated, or the one who spent 6 years piecing her back together? 6 years I spent molding her into the perfect partner. A wife that's supposed to make me look good and be a success. And just when she was becoming what I wanted, you showed up. I made her, okay? I own her. You won't go near her again.
She is not your possession. I hope you know that.
Who's got you down, man? Big hockey star now being sidelined while a real estate agent takes the prize?
You're a real piece of shit, huh?
You know, I guess I do owe you a thank you. You did break her in for me.
Yeah? You want to say it again?
Go ahead, just tell her about the affair. You'll destroy her. Or you keep your mouth shut, and she'll keep her perfect life and her perfect boyfriend, just like she always dreamed of. It's your choice, hockey boy.
You know, I am going to enjoy beating you like a fucking pulp.
Stop! Oh my god, what are you doing?
He's crazy. He just attacked me out of nowhere.
I attacked you. Oh, I'm sorry, Evie. I actually just caught him cheating on you, so.
No, he's lying. I was in a meeting with Celine. You remember her, right? We're discussing selling strategies.
Right, okay. Yeah, when you had your head buried in her chest. Oh, yeah, that was really professional of you. You know, I wouldn't trust him.
If I were you, Evie.
Remember what he did to you? How he lied? He's the one who can't be trusted.
What is this about, Timothy? I mean, do you not think I deserve a good guy?
Yes, I do. I think you deserve the best damn guy in the world. That's why I'm telling you not to trust him.
How ironic. Really noble words coming from the guy who hurt me the most.
You can stop with your pathetic little tricks, Hayes. Right? Nothing's gonna break up what Evie and I have. Now she knows what you really are.
One day early. For once, I get to surprise Lucas.
Oh, you have to promise me something. What? When you marry that little girlfriend of yours, that you'll fuck me twice a week, okay? You promise?
How about twice a day? Evie is so damn boring. We've been together for 6 months. She still hasn't let me in yet.
So why are you marrying her then?
She's so easy to control. This way our affair can never be exposed.
You fucking bastard!
No, baby, it's not what it looks like.
Don't you dare baby me!
Sweetheart, you really just shouldn't be so ungrateful. You see all of these gifts that he bought you? Well, I actually paid for them.
What are you talking about?
Oh, this necklace. See this one right here? It was a memento for the night that he made me come 3 times. I mean, that's really quite a keepsake, wouldn't you say?
We've known each other since we were kids. How could you do this to me?
I love you. I swear I do. Selena, it's just physical. Okay, my heart is with you. I promise.
You make me sick.
Darling, you may not understand this now, but I promise you one day you will. Let's just keep things as they are, and then that way everyone is happy.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure your husband's mature enough to understand that you're fucking someone young enough to be his son. Just send it to him. Your biggest client, by the way. So good luck, you two. Man whore and cheating bitch. I owe you an apology.
For what?
Lucas, I should have trusted you. I caught him cheating. Right when he was in bed with someone else.
Well, he never really did deserve you.
Thank you.
So, do I have a chance now?
What chance?
Something's wrong. I think I need to go to the hospital. Please tell me that there's coffee.
Oh, right here.
5 minutes to broadcast.
Someone tell me they have another host on speed dial.
We're gone. The station's toast.
Week Supreme, 6 major sponsors and a prime spot, and it's all about to implode in exactly
3 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'll host.
You're gonna do great. I know it.
90 seconds.
Arya's notes.
They were just here.
I can't wait to see you humiliate yourself on national TV. It'll be fucking glorious.
Forget it, we're out of time. Just get me the top 3 viewer questions.
All right, everyone. Shall we?
Places everyone. Camera rolling in 3, 2. Good morning. This is Evie Sinclair with KHLA coming to you live from the home of AHL superstar, Timothy Hayes. Mr. Hayes, thank you for inviting us into your home.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. You know, it's been 6 years since I've tried to sit here with you.
6 years, and what a journey. From high school sensation to American Hockey League All-Star and 3-time MVP. Some even call you King of the Ice.
Well, I mean, if you say it like that, it's too kind. Thank you.
Our fans have compiled
3 questions that they'd most like you to answer. You feeling up to it?
Anything for you.
Social media is buzzing about what they call Evie gates. Do you still like the special girl?
No. I love this special girl.
That is quite the confession.
Yes, it is. I also noticed that your name was Evie as well. Is that true?
Your fans want to know the full story. How did you meet this girl?
Well, it was the first day of freshman year, and I saw her, and I just knew.
First day? We never even met. He's obviously not talking about me. Some might be surprised that you're such a loyal guy.
Yes, I am.
Last question. If Evie were standing right in front of you, what would you ask her?
Can I pursue you?
Referring to your Evie, of course. That's all for today. Thank you, Timothy Hayes.
Yes, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. So, you didn't really answer my question.
Are you crazy? This was supposed to be about his career and his charity work. Instead, you turned it into some romance drama. Perfect timing. Prepare to face the music. Boss, what a disaster.
Disaster? Come on, what are you talking about? Look at this. The ratings are through the roof. Evie, you brilliant woman, you! Just shot to #1. Highest viewership in over a decade.
Hey, good job.
Nice work, everyone. Let's head to his club and keep bringing our A game. God, he's still mesmerizing. 6 years and he's only gotten better.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. You came, huh?
It's my job.
You know, every time you actually come to my games, it makes me want to score even more.
Just do good so I can get some good footage, okay?
Yes, sir.
Why is she here again? Timo's mine.
I think we can help each other out.
Evie, try the cake. It's to celebrate Timothy's first win with the LA Lightning.
No, thanks.
Look, I've been thinking. We should really put all this nastiness from the other day behind us.
Cut the act, Stella. We both know you're about as fake as your boobs.
Oh. So sorry.
That blouse looks expensive. You should really clean up before the stain sets in. Bathroom's down the hall, first door on the right.
Evie?
Oh my god, why are you this women's?
You know, technically, you're in my private space. So if you wanted an interview, you could have just asked. I've never been able to say no to Evie, now have I?
His body looks even better than before.
She's in there. Some desperate groupie just stormed the men's locker room. Let's go see what shameless bitch we're dealing with.
They're going.
Come on. Why sell for a twosome when you have a threesome?
All right, camera ready? I need close-up from the walkout. We need to catch her in the act. Hey, trust me.
Oh my. Already naked and showering together. How deliciously scandalous.
Hey, it's just me in here. What the fuck do you want?
Captain, sorry. We thought.
Timo's in there with that bitch. I'll make sure she goes down. Timo, sweetie, everyone knows you're hiding that bitch in there. Just hand her over and maybe we can keep this incident out of tomorrow's headlines.
You know, the only bitch in the men's locker room is you.
Make sure Timothy's not alone in there. You could be captain. Daddy always says you've got potential.
It's just the captain.
Hey, you know, if you have time for this much locker room drama, then you're not training hard enough. So 100 laps, right now.
Where did that bitch go?
Well, I mean, it's not something you haven't seen before. Listen, I'm gonna go get you some clothes. You stay here. Okay?
Wait.
Nobody's gonna get past me. I promise. Okay?
Where is she?
Planning on live streaming my shower?
No, we're just getting training footage. Yeah, very normal, very,
You did this, right? You're done here.
You can't fire me, Daddy.
Stop! You little idiot. Get the hell out of my club and don't ever come back. Mr. Hayes, you have my deepest apologies and my word that nonsense like this will never happen again.
See that it doesn't.
If you ever need anything at all, just ask. I owe you.
You know, there is actually something that I want. A date.
That's an entirely different matter.
One date. That's all I'm asking for.
Timothy.
Please, okay? I just want one chance with you.
I mean, okay. But it's not a date. It's just a brunch between friends. Okay?
One step closer.
This place is like impossible to get into. Why is it
Empty? Because this is our first date, and I booked the entire place because today is about you and me.
Timothy, you really didn't have to go this far. And it's not a date, remember?
Well, haven't you always wanted to come here? Whatever you want, I will make happen.
Wait, how did you know I wanted to come here? Have you been following my Instagram?
I have seen every post, every picture, and every caption, trying to figure out if you were happy
or sad?
Hey, welcome to... What are you guys doing here?
What does it look like, Lucas? I'm on a date with the best hockey player in the league.
You know, it looks like life's been a little rough for you, huh? Little change from the real estate game.
Especially after I leaked that photo of him with his client's wife. What was her name again?
Sir, what are the specials for today?
Specials are...
You know what? Actually, we'll take all of them. Please.
Did you say date? You did.
I said that to mess with Lucas.
Okay, but you did, so it's still counts.
All right, come on, just one nightcap.
Tonight was wonderful. But that night 6 years ago, it's like an open wound that won't heal.
I hear you. All right, that was a huge mistake on my part. But Evie, you were my first love. Okay, and the first day of school, the high school, when I saw you.
We didn't even meet on the first day.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. You were wearing a blue sweater, you had a white collar, and your hair, it was in a messy bun, and you were wearing these silver star earrings. They were really cute. And
Nobody remembers details like that unless they're making it up.
look, I was young, and I was scared to be rejected by you. All right, and then Nathan came up with this stupid bet, which it was a stupid bet, okay, about taking your V card, and it was a complete mistake. I know that, all right? But I really like you.
If that were true, then you would have fought for me.
But I did. I did fight for you, okay? But you blocked me, and then I wrote you a letter, and I gave it to Lucas. I gave it.
A letter?
Yes.
Lucas never gave it to me.
Okay. Let me show you who I really am. Please.
I can't.
Wait. Why? Because there is obviously something still between us.
It doesn't change what happened. You know, that photo of me in your jersey covered in garbage, it went viral. You know, everybody laughed. And you could have told the truth, but you stayed silent while I became a joke. The nobody that dared to reach for a star.
I made a mistake. Yes, and I've hated myself every day for it. But if you tell me how I can fix it, okay? I'll do it.
There's some things that you can't fix.
Then you look me dead in the eyes and you tell me that I meant nothing to you. Go ahead. Say it.
Playing the victim about my cheating while you throw yourself at Hayes? You're a fucking hypocrite. He can't save you. Or you never needed him. I was always here. I was always wanting you. If you would have just given yourself to me, I would have never needed another woman.
Oh my God, help.
Never needed you, little kid. This is your fault. Don't fucking touch her!
It's okay.
You're here now, and that's all that matters.
It's okay.
I protected you from him. Everything I did was for you.
You stole 6 years from us, and that's something I'll never forgive you for.
off me.
You know, I want to press charges. Breaking and entering, battery, assault, attempted rape.
Anything you can possibly charge.
You're a loser. This isn't over! Okay? It's all right.
A toast to our new executive producer, the youngest in KHLA history, who brought this nearly bankrupt station back to life!
To new beginnings.
New beginnings, yes. No station will hire him now. And his dad's company is under an IRS audit.
Guess karma does really come full circle, doesn't it?
Timothy's downstairs again. Third time this week.
I'll meet you at Timothy's tonight. Okay.
Okay, this is a celebration party. Come on, we need a game. Truth or dare?
What are we, 16?
What are we, scared of a little honesty?
Truth.
Do you want me to kiss you?
Yes. Truth or dare?
Dare.
Take me upstairs.
Well, it's about damn time.
Okay. You are not sure about his pleas to not test my patience. I cannot take it.
Your patience or your buttons?
Both.
Maybe that's the plan.
Okay. You are playing with fire, Sinclair.
Good thing I'm not known for playing it safe.
You know, I have dreamed of this moment for like the last 6 years.
What? Me hogging all the blankets?
Just everything. You know, I used to wake up reaching for you sometimes.
Well, I am here now. We're good.
Okay.
Big day today.
Oh my gosh, I know. I cannot believe that finals is today. You're coming, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Okay, good. Don't forget to wear my jersey. It would just really make everything so real.
So, I just did the final check. The red carpet's ready, and I'm gonna be walking to ringside. And I got your letter stashed. Dude, I cannot believe that you are actually doing this.
6 years is long enough, don't you think?
Are you nervous?
Always.
He will.
Yeah, he always does.
I don't know. It's like a really good game.
Yeah, but he's gonna play great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what he always said about that jersey?
What?
That only his future wife would wear it.
You know, I think that jersey looks better on you than it never did on me.
Hey! Hayes! 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 He scores! He's done it! Here we go, boys! Here we go! Here we go! Ladies and gentlemen, the Hadley Cup is coming to LA Lightning!
Evie Sinclair.
What is this?
6 years ago, I made one of the biggest mistakes of my entire life by letting you go. But every day that I was away, I never stopped loving you. Every day that we were apart, I wrote you a letter explaining everything that I was too scared to say in person. I don't want to write you any more letters. I want to tell you every single thing, every day, for the rest of our lives. Evie Sinclair. Will you marry me?
Timothy Hayes. Well, I love you. So. Yes.
Can I put that on your finger?
Yes. Yes, yes.